And we start tonight with new details in the Esparto fireworks explosion. It's been nearly 2 weeks since a warehouse full of fireworks exploded in Yolo County, which launched a major investigation. 7 people were killed. You see them right here. We know that some were fathers. Others were just getting their life started. They lived in the Bay Area, Sacramento, Stockton, and San Andreas. And tonight, as ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen reports, there is new legislation in the works to address a loophole found during this investigation.
Alex, Senator Christopher Cabaldon tells me he is looking to introduce legislation this session to address the state laws regarding licensing and enforcing laws for storing explosives. He tells me what happened in Esparto should never happen again, and he's hoping legal changes can address that.
That's our task in the Capitol and elsewhere to make sure that we tighten up these systems so that this sort of tragedy does not visit another community.
After 7 people lost their lives in an explosion at a fireworks facility in Esparto, Yolo County Senator Christopher Cabaldon says there needs to be changes at the legislative level.
We're considering and researching a set of legislative proposals to tighten up what the state's both regulatory and licensure role, and then to make sure that the locals have the tools, because as you know, we've been dealing both with some of the issues around licensing, but also the failure to abide by land use restrictions and other things that could have prevented this.
The fireworks facility in Esparto was linked to 2 companies, Black Star Fireworks and Devastating Pyrotechnics. Craig Cutright is the owner of Black Star Fireworks and was an Esparto volunteer firefighter, currently on leave of absence. Devastating Pyrotechnics is licensed to a man named Kenneth Chi, who has a prior felony conviction. While he was unable to get a federal license, he was able to get multiple fireworks licenses through the state of California. Senator Cabaldon says he's looking to address that and if they're in violation of zoning laws.
If they're blatantly violating the zoning laws, right? So there's more here than just the lack of federal-state harmony. There's also blatant disregard and violation for the law, and we have to assure that we're able to detect it and then to enforce against it.
Documents show Cutright applied for multiple permits to hold fireworks shows and included liability insurance ranging from $1 million to $5 million in coverage. Emails also show Cutright would use various email addresses from his personal account, Devastating to Black Star, and even his Esparto Fire account. Cabaldon says the details of his legislation will depend on the ongoing investigation into the fire and the people involved. During a press conference on Monday, Attorney General Rob Bonta acknowledged the complicated investigation.
We're watching closely. We're aware of the situation on the ground. We're certainly also aware of the state's actions and their explanations, the actions that they've taken to maintain the integrity of the investigation, to maintain an appropriate degree of independence.
As the investigation continues, Cabaldon tells me this is a grim reminder of the dangers of fireworks, regardless of the celebration.
We have to treat them with the respect that they need, but also to remember that we have to both have the right policies and laws and regulations and safeguards, but we must enforce them.
Last week, an attorney representing Kenneth Chi told ABC 10 he is innocent of any wrongdoing in the Yolo County fire and will refrain from making any additional comments until the investigation is complete. Craig Cutright did not respond to my request for comment. Senator Cabaldon tells me we may see new legislation addressing issues from this fire be introduced before the end of this session, which could happen in the next few months. Alex.
All right, Jeannie, thank you for the update.